Anyway, so we're live in regards to the WES7 issue, and it's been 2 days, I guess, since I've been struggling with it longer, but finally, after these 2 days of intense trying to sort it out and all that, I've gotten it to work, but it's not like, working like it should. Well, it's working, right? But it's not able to install the newest version. And again, it was huge amount of. I had Windows 7 installed again. I tried oh, that's so money. Yeah, it was just incredible how much I tried to do this and that and all that. But I fixed the thing that I got to work, and I just tried to fine tune it to try to get things to, what should I do to get it working. And I tried to install the system again with all the updates and all that, and also Android updates with the newest version. And I actually did find the newest of the newest on the official website, but it's just incredible. You really have to dig for things, and it's just disgusting. But at least now I have the newest of the newest. You can install, I think that's 4 drivers in total, and every other, the other 3 drivers works in regards of installation. But the fourth does not, and that's clearly something to do with Mega Socks. Mega Socks. That's Windows. No, sorry, Microsoft. Well, Microsoft. Oh, yeah, that's Mega Socks. Mega Socks, socks. This just Windows 7. Anyone saying that Windows 7 is a good system should, has lost their mind. Windows 7 might be the last bit of what do you call it before it just totally just. But Windows 7 has so much bullshit in it. So to say that Windows 7 was a good system is, out of 10 stars, I would give it 1 star. There's so many things that is so depraved, and you can see how 2 seconds. This is what I think of Mega Socks. Oh yeah, Mega Socks. Anyway. It's terrible. I hate Windows 7. The only reason I've been using Windows 7 for many years and still use it is because I don't want to go further into depravity and nonsense. But there is huge amount of depravity and nonsense in Windows 7. And anyone saying otherwise has lost their mind, all these people, oh, Windows 7 is a good. No, it's bullshit system. It's the disgusting system, and you can feel the depravity everywhere in this system and how they locked it down with their insane bullshit. I just want to get back to Windows 2000, okay? It's incredible. Windows 2000, a sane, wonderful paradise of a system. And there were some minor things that they could have made better, It was not totally perfect, but it was pretty clear close, to it. And yet they took it in the wrong, they took it away from, it's just been a disgusting Roman Catholic torture, these 20 years of satanic bullshit. But of course, Bill Gates and the family have connection to Roman Catholicism, so it's not a surprise that this is like a kind of Roman Catholic Inquisition and torture of the people and other, disgusting Roman depravity against the people, against freedom. We could have moved in the other direction of complete total freedom, digital freedom for people. But programmers are full of demons, and these big companies are clearly heading in the wrong direction. A program shouldn't be installed and integrated into the system. It should be portable. But they didn't like that. Many years ago, we had the U3. USB keys with portable applications and the focus of portable applications and all that. And then Microsoft closed the possibility of auto-run because of security. Bullshit. Bullshit. They just wanted to close the possibility of taking your USB key, putting it in the system, and whoop-tee, you had all your portable applications at the like that, you know? Mwah! That was wonderful, but we don't want to go in that direction. We want to fix it and integrate the applications into the system. So you just can't move it with you and this and that. And we want to fix it to the hardware as well. And license and bullshit and nonsense and our complete depravity. That's the way they want to go, because they want to control you guys and they want to stiff our buttholes on every single level with spyware and force their advertising bullshit and their clicking game and all the rest of the nonsense, right? You go into a web page, right? And then bang, you know, you like blah, 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 blah. Click, 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 right? Then you want to leave the web page, and besides all the advertising also as well. But then you want to leave the page, so you take your mouse and begin to move a bang! Oh, don't leave the web page, you know, this and that and all. What? You know? Are you completely, it's just disgusting. How in the world are they even allowed to follow the mouse of the person? Yeah, anyway, whatever. Anyway, it's just disgusting. You know, why can't they just make a search engine where they take all the... oh, yeah, you can't get into this website if you have an ad block and all that. You know, if you can't even have a website on the, you know, without ads, you know, it's just, you know, what utter depravity. It's just all depravity. It's just disgusting, filthy on so many levels. Like, you know, you have the cabinet files, that's the cap files of Microsoft, right? And you want to, you know, you want to release the data, right? You want to unpack it. Oh, because of your security, you need to push every single file and says, yes, I want to, you know, I want to release the, you know, the, oh, it could be so dangerous to you, you know. Wait, isn't the file from Microsoft? Isn't the file from Microsoft? Isn't it Microsoft that actually use the cabinet files? You know, oh, but we have, you know, security, you know, oh, security, you know, just, oh my, it's bullshit. It's, you know, and the clicking, are you, you know, every time you open something nearly, it's like a box, are you sure you want to open this, you know? It's like, and you need to click the don't tell, you know, don't ask me it's just, you know, and you need to have fixed, you know, in regards of the nagging bullshit and all the bullshit. And the Windows 7 is bullshit. It doesn't matter which copy of Windows 7. Don't tell me that Windows 7 is a good system. It's absolutely disgusting, and I'm only using it because I was forced to use Windows 7, like I was forced to use XP because the hardware didn't support the Windows 2000 anymore. That was a very sad day in my youth. I still recall the feeling of having to recognize that I had to move to XP. I was a very, 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 yeah, that was sad. Very sad. I still miss Windows 2000. I hope I can get back to it, but who knows. But there are people that have been supporting Windows 2000 and done things, and I should have done the same. But of course, when you're younger, you don't know all the things, and you don't have the resources to just buy some new hardware, you know, and this and that. And I didn't know that, you know, you're okay moving on. But that was actually hardware that you could have continued to cling to, so you could have continued with Windows 2000 for, well, if you had done the right things, you could probably have continued with Windows 2000 to this very day. Some have, you know, some are still using Windows 2000, and there's some different ways of hacking it, or, you know, making it do things, you know, using more RAM than 4 gigabytes and using multiple CPUs and all that. There's different ways clearly to do that. I don't know how, but people have been toying around with it for years and years and years, and apparently you can still have some modern browsers. So It is disgusting on so many levels. I don't know. Anyone saying that Windows 7 is good and all that is just full of bullshit. That's just, absolutely depravity. It might be better than all the rest of the depravity, the more modern depravity of spyware and advertising and clicking bullshit and whatnot and all that. But Windows 7 is a disgusting, filthy system, and that's just how it is. It might be better than all these newer modern things and all that, and that's the reason why I'm on it still, because you can still run most things on Windows 7, but it's still depravity and waste of time, the waiting game, the clicking game, the nonsense game, the thing, you're not allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that, and then you need to find all the holes and all that to get it to do what and it's the same thing when, just even not making a service pack. You need to, if you install it, you need to download around 100 updates. On Windows 7 Home Premium, it was like 176 updates, including the very first one you need, because update doesn't want to work if you don't have that update installed, which is just utterly depravity. You can't update updates without an update. You need to download first and install. Oh, give me a break with the bullshit. And it's just continuing with bullshit and bullshit and bullshit. And they're doing it on purpose. Don't tell me they're not doing it on purpose. It's directly on purpose that they're doing these depravities. And in regards to the taskbar thing, or whatever it's called and all that, they had years and years and years to fix it, and they never fixed it. In regards to applications going underneath the taskbar and all that, and you need to move the taskbar to get the applications and again and all that. They had years and years and years to fix it, and it was never fixed. Never fixed. It was a continual issue from, they never fixed it. They never fixed. I remember the days when Windows 7, still was, and I was expecting, I guess they'll fix. I don't know if actually, I probably have reached out to them as well in regards of it. Anyway, but in any case, it was never fixed. Never fixed. And in regards of issues, in regards of copy pasting and, there's so many things, and being slow in the total. Windows 7 compared to Windows 2000 and XP is just incredible slow. It's just, you gotta be kidding me. What do it's like, it feels like you have like a system over a system in some sense. Windows 2000, snappy, 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 snappy. You just, even if you have a huge system on Windows 7, it still feels slow, it's just have this, slowness over it, whereas Windows 2000, flying ahead, totally flying, just doing the things that you want very quickly. Anyway, there we go. And in regards to the updates as well, in regards to going different ways in regards to updates, and you can, maybe not this idiotic thing in regards of maybe it works, maybe not, and maybe I'll do it this way this time and not this way that I was looking into in regards of getting all the updates for my installation so I could, so it installs all the updates, or at least as far as I could get. I still have 4 updates that I haven't been able to slipstream into the installation or integrate into my installation or into the installation that I made. But it's just, incredible tedious. It's taking me weeks and weeks to. And you can see how much they purposely just totally made it difficult, and then you need to do this, and then you need to do that, and then you need to some code here, and it's madhouse. It's absolutely a madhouse. And then you see people saying that, because people are asking, couldn't you make me a Windows 7 that is fully updated and all that? And you see, no, because the mega socks advocates or whatever are hunting these people down if they're released. You gotta be kidding me. You can see that they, and think about how much bandwidth is, unnecessary bandwidth is being used all the time. Every time you install, like 176 updates, right? I had less in WES. I think it's like around 100 or something like that updates for the WES. But it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of megabytes. Now think about that, multiple computers, reaching out to a server to download some, all the updates, because you can't just, because Megasocks couldn't figure out how to make an, service package like Windows 2000. You have service package 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But, apparently Windows 7 could only get one service package, apparently, and then just, it's just bullshit. They should have done all these things. And yet people then just need to, and then of course I have a home premium, and I think I was running it on my laptop, and then the laptop died, and then I, used it for my stationery, and apparently that has been working. I think it was the one that I used on my laptop, I'm not entirely sure. But in any case, the license works for my computer, but apparently you're only allowed to apparently jump once, apparently. So I tried to install it on the slim client that I have here. I just wanted to move because I'm stopping to use the desktop, right? But apparently the license of Home Premium is forced into this stationery, apparently. So it's not possible to apparently use it, afterwards, after this. So I have a WES7 license, which is also Windows 7, but this WES7 license doesn't work with Home Premium. It only works with WES7 32-bit and 64-bit, right? Yeah, right. So it's still Windows 7, but the key don't want to work, one way or the other way. So, isn't that amazing? It doesn't have like getting this, it's just incredible. If you're using the tool and making an installation thing, the sound drivers just doesn't work. The sound doesn't work. It doesn't install the standard sound drivers, which it usually does, right? And so the sound usually works, right? But it doesn't do it if you make like this specific installation with the toolkit that they have. If you install the drivers, it won't work. I never got it to work. It just doesn't want to work. Clearly something is wrong. Something is. But then after a long time trying to sort out what the issue was and trying to fix it, because this was, after all the updates and all that and all the other drivers that I thought was more, that was more important, to get to work, right? The sound drivers are like the last thing of importance, right? It's not something that really makes the system fast or and all that, like the graphic drivers and all that, and other drivers. So I was like, I was, having it on the back burner, right? I understood there was some, where it tells me, oh, well, there's something wrong and all that, but I didn't really, that wasn't really on the list, right? Of course, I didn't know that was an issue overall, that there must be something deeper in the system that apparently makes it not work, right? So that was kind of annoying to find out that I was nearly there, right? I was nearly at the end. I could see the end, right? I felt like I'm nearly there. There was like huge marathon in regards to this thing, right? And I could see the finish line. And all of a sudden, I felt like I was at the beginning again, nearly, right? I was like, or at least maybe halfway, But anyway, I couldn't see the finish line anymore. So I needed to look into that, right? And I couldn't find a solution, and I just, WES7 is not something that most people use. Most standard users have used Windows Home Premium or Ultimate or whatever these other versions that are more popular. I didn't know about WES7 either, but these WES7 are used on the slim clients and all that, and there's a license, and you can extract the key from the system. Of course, that took some time to also do that, because apparently we just can't you can't just get the key, right? All I looked into in regards of getting the key, and I looked, it's not there. I was like, I think it was three ways I'm not entirely, around 3 ways to look, to find the key, right? So I looked first at one place, then, the registration place, and, and it wasn't there. So I ended up, finding an application that could extract it, and and afterwards I found a totally free program that can do it. So, but that's, there's just disgusting, that, using owls and something like that. So anyway, so then I needed to check what the key actually could be used for, right? And of course you need the Dell thing nonsense in regards of, but it's interesting, the Dell installation of the 32 actually does work with the Android drivers, or the whatever it's called, I can't even remember, in regards of media MTP. I think it's called MTP. Media, I don't know. But anyway, media something. MTP, I think it's called. So the MTP works with the 32-bit without any issues. So apparently they fixed it, and I don't know if they have maybe used a version that wasn't Service Pack 1, but I haven't been able to find a Windows version that is not SP1. But who knows? It might have had, it might have been, it might have been, who knows if they have used, I don't know, or maybe they have one of these Microsoft packages that fixes the issue, or maybe they just knew where the issue were, or whatever. And it just seems, they mega sucks, most likely did it on purpose, because so the ones that get experience and education can fix it and can get help from mega socks themselves to solve the issue very easily, while people like us, will have a huge difficulty trying to solve it. But in any case, let's see, change settings here, download after, yeah, okay. Seems to work pretty good. All of the updates seems to be installed after you push those 4. I'm just trying, this is a new installation I just made to try to see if this what was it called? Let's see here. I have the drivers over here and see what they're called. No, that's not the folder. Should be here, LG Android drivers, the MTP, yeah, MTP. We have the MTP drivers, and I wanted to try to see if it actually was working now, and I have gotten something. It's not working 100%. It's not working as it should, but it's working. But it's like 2 days of trying, trying to get it to show the mobile with all the files and all that when you connect it, and it was not working, and it took me 2 days. I finally got I finally found finally got it sorted. Well, I think it was yesterday I actually found the hole, right? I got it working, and then today I've tried to sort out in regards to the drivers, how, what, and all that, and it's like, I had to install Windows 7 Home Premium on the other computer, and there's so many things, I've done so many things to try to sort things out and all that, and I finally have something that works. Again, clearly there's something wrong in the system somewhere, like the audio drivers, but at least I've been able to get this to sort of work. It's working. You have the Android drivers installed in the newest versions, except for one thing, and that is in regards to the MTP. So that seems to have an older, at least the number of it is older, but it works. At least it works. That's. So I don't want to fight with it further, but I did try to install it with these drivers, slipstreamed or whatever it's called, with the installation, and it does install. It has them, and they are put in the mobile and usually you still have to like the Home Premium. you can actually it does have the drivers I found out in regards of the V20 and all that. So Windows Home Premium does without internet connection. If you first fix it in, it will begin to install the drivers, right? And then it will fail. Then you want to restart, and you want to take your mobile out and restart, right? And then you want to put it in again, and then it further begins to install again. And after that, you just have to take it out and in again, and I think it works. I don't think you need to restart, but maybe you do. But I don't think you need to restart at that point. I think you just need to take it out and take it in again, and lo and behold, it works. So first it installs the MTP thing, and you can see the MTP with a question mark thing, I think. Then it needs a restart. When you have restarted it has sorted that thing out, and then it begins to install the V20 thing, and then you just take it out and plug it in again, and then it should work. If you also have fixed on the mobile that is always going into the file manager and all that. So yeah, so that worked, and that's pretty good, right? And but the same thing with the thing, I slipstreamed the drivers. I sorted the drivers where I had it working on my main WES7 system, and the main WES7 is terrible because you need to do like different things to make it work. Then you do one driver, and then you need to change the driver to, and then all of a sudden it just begins to work. But I'm like, okay, how do I, get to that point, right, where it begins to work? Because I had took the whole system from Windows 7 and copied it over. I did that twice, and so I understood, all the drivers would, all the files that it needed for this specific INF file, because I figured out what INF file it needed and all that, and then also using double driver to take the drivers out and all that, and all these crazy daisy thing and all that. But but I got it fixed on the WES7 standard edition, and I could break it and fix it again, and break it and fix it again. Although you need to, little, here and there, and then it works, right? But I had all these different files, right, in regards of it. So you can choose, this driver, and then you update it and force it to fix this driver, and then if that doesn't work, you just fix it and take another driver, and then you take another, and all of a sudden it just begins to work. But doesn't seem to totally be there doesn't seem to be totally sanity about it. I don't know how it, because then you do it one way, and then it doesn't work, but it worked on the other system, and then you need to install another one, and then all of a sudden it just works, right? But it's still an older driver, older MTP driver. It fixes, but it works, So what I did was, to take those drivers out, install the newest drivers of the others and put them on as slipstreamed, and then took the driver that was working on, and I fixed it in. And so you took your mobile and put it in when I installed it after 2 hours or so, 1 to 2 hours. It takes a long time to install with all the updates and all the drivers and all that. But then again, at least you don't need to do it afterwards, because then it takes hours and hours, right? So it is quicker on many levels, but you still need to do some things. There's 4 Microsoft MegaSox updates. That's the last 4. Then it should be fully updated after that. And that is also in regards to the different ways that it did it. I could see, when I was testing this, I could see that Microsoft update did, sometimes it went this way, this whatever, different ways. So you always had different results. It was just insanity. Incredible how much time I've used on that. I tried to slipstream those 4 drivers. I think I had 5 or maybe a little more, and I found out I couldn't slipstream those other 4. Maybe it misses some installation bullshit or whatever. and maybe that maybe there's a possibility, some way to do it. That probably is, but everything takes time in this insanity show of theirs. So it's just, it's disgusting. But anyway, if you want, it's a puzzle piece, so if you like puzzle pieces, you don't need to go out and get a puzzle. You just need to, try to install and take it as a computer game, I guess. If you can handle all the madness, and just see it as a madhouse, and look at it as a madhouse, I guess, then everything is much better, I guess. It's just insanity. It is insanity. It's absolutely is insanity. Anyway, now I've installed the sound drivers and the sound. I can slipstream the sound drivers. Now it's not really a problem with the sound drivers because usually Windows do install, something in regards of sound working. If I found out I had to make a full installation thing, or where you have the full package of WES7 in regards of deciding what's, and you have some more options, and you can also slipstream drivers, or you can tell it what drivers, you can see what drivers is not fulfilled, and then you can fill them in, and that's very nice compared to the other where the guy that have made it already have made the decisions, although they makes it easier for people to figure out how to install it, of course. But yeah, it's it is what it is, I guess. But finally, I pretty much got it fixed. I don't think I'm going to toy further around with it. I might go into a Windows forum and ask the clever guys, or whatever, maybe someone want to toy around with it. I'm sure there must be a way to get it working, right? There usually is, but the problem is, there's so many things and so many options and so much and all that. But it's working for the purpose that as far as I know, you can copy files back and forward. I haven't further used it in daily life, but hopefully it works without any issues. Hopefully it also works if you want to fix an Android system. I have some other applications that is usually used to fix an Android system or whatever. If you want to have a whole new system and fixed into the Android and all that, but there are some applications for that as well. But for the most part, if it just works, you can connect it and you can move files, that's fine. Although, of course, if I want to move big files or whatever, I usually take the micro SD card out because it goes so much faster instead of all this insanity and security nonsense and all that. Instead of just making things run smoothly, right? It's all this insanity of, So it's pretty much there. So try, I think it takes around 2 hours to install the system. I'm not sure. I haven't 1 to 2 hours. It takes a long time. Of course, it pretty much does everything itself, right? The problem is when you're testing things and all that, is that it installs the Windows system first, and then it installs the updates, right? So if you have an update that doesn't work, it will roll back and fail. If you have a driver that doesn't work, it will roll back and fail. So it makes it very tedious and take a long time overall. I took a driver out that didn't work with Windows 7, but I probably should put it back because it did work with Windows or with the other version as far as I know. I took it out because, and it seems like it does show that there's a specific file with that name that is not installed. I can try to actually open up the device manager again. Some drivers have issues in regards of slipstreaming, it seems, where they get into issues, and it's hard to sort it all out, but of course it's some of the drivers are less of an issue to sort out. There are some drivers that are absolutely more important than others to have, like the USB 3.0. If you don't have the USB 3.0, you have a huge problem, because if you then do, if you kind of flip the BIOS from 2.0 to the old thing to 3.0, the new USB thing and all that, you lose keyboard control and mouse control. You lose control over everything, pretty much. So that's like an update that is kind of important to have slipstreamed into the system, so it actually have the drivers. So if you do it, you know, it will actually what is it called? Have the drivers. So it just installs them when it starts up. So the idea is that, you know, you change it in the BIOS, you start up in the system, and it then begins to install the drivers. So it takes a little time, you know, a little while where you don't have the keyboard and mouse, but you know, it fixes it, and you have the keyboard and mouse again after it installs. It's a kind of that was one of the issues I also had, because I did some, you know, hack the planet, where I went into the 2.0 and installed the 3.0, and then the 2.0 thing stopped working, right? But that installed the drivers, so I restarted and got into the BIOS and put the 3.0, and you know, went into the Windows, and it worked. You know, it installed the drivers. So that was a way to do it anyway. I'm not sure how you would incorporate the drivers on, but anyway, I took some of the 2.0. I think it was like 2, but I also tried one afterwards, where I tried to do the same thing where I failed. You know, I actually just ruined the whole thing, so I had, you know, that was a kind of a problem. So that was kind of a problem. Actually, this you know, it's already installed, this version that I already have. There's just a one, apparently it's just saying that it's newer, dated, but the driver is pretty much the same as far as I can see. Anyway, whatever. I guess it's, you know, if we have the newest, it doesn't complain about it anymore, in regards of that application anyway. So let's just take the newest one, see if this, it should be this one, and we're going to take this one and run it and see what happens. Say okay. Okay, this driver is not signed. It's the same version, right? So it doesn't seem to be necessary, really. If it's the same version, it should be the same version, right? Shouldn't be any difference. I guess it's not really important. This one has a newer version of the audio driver. Doesn't really matter. This one has the SM bus port, a newer version, but I don't think it. I think there was some problems with slipstreaming it. Of course, you can just install it afterwards, but I don't know if it really does anything of this particular thing. But you can fix the things afterwards. But again, this one only has like a different kind of date on it, and that's some of these updating applications just have a date that is newer than, but the version is the same. So you wouldn't really expect there would be any difference at all in regards to the drivers. It's just that it just finds something that is newer, yet it's the same version. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. But this driver is not digital signed compared to the other one. I think it's pretty much signed. So you know. I don't know if I should just delete it. Next, let's see if it works. Anyway, yeah, Windows can verify the publisher of the driver, right? But it works. Let's just install it. Oh, 2 seconds. Let's see how we feel about Microsoft. Oh yeah, that's how we feel about Microsoft Megasocks. Oh, and it smells as well. It smells, it smells like mega socks. Not good. Anyway, Windows has finished installing this to drive. Blah blah blah. Okay, so this is probably a working thing. Again, it probably doesn't do much of a difference really. Besides actually taking it away from the list. If I just run the thing again, it should only show 10 instead of 11 updates that is needed. Of course, it shows the 11 updates of other things that I'm not even sure that is totally. I'm not even sure if it's a good idea in regards of installing these other things. I don't know if they will be running in the background or whatnot. And if you're running on a slow device, you kind of don't want things to further make things slow, right? I'm not sure. Is some of these I haven't looked into. There's some Java, and of course Java sometimes have this updating thing, and I don't know how much that actually makes in the background. But the other thing is in regards of Microsoft Microsoft's own thing, and I actually have like a package where it just installs everything. You just need to stop the nonsense things because there we go, it removed the update here. So then we have this SM boss, but I'm probably going to just delete this version anyway. I already have one that here we go, Microsoft Visual C++. I don't know if you really use it for anything, and I guess I could always install things if it was needed, but I'm not sure if I have anything that needs it. But it's the Microsoft Visual C++ runtime, and you have multiple of these. And I downloaded the whole package where all of them are, and it just installs one by one by one by one. But does it make it slower? I don't know. We have Oracle Java as well, a missing driver. But again, do I use it for anything? Right? Is there any purpose for me to install it? I'm not entirely sure. Because if not, then why install it, right? Anyway, it looks good. Its system is working. I can connect the mobile like this, having a little thing here, and just connects it, and it works, right? It fixes up, and it should show up in the. We'll see. It takes a little time, right? But it should show up. Hopefully. While waiting. Still waiting. Come on. Sometimes you need to do it like more than once, right? We're still waiting here. We'll scan this one. Should only be one available. I'm still waiting. That's the typical of the bullshit. Sometimes you need to do two things twice. It's the same thing with the USB pins and all that. Sometimes you need to do it twice. It's terrible. So to get it to work. Okay, I don't see the. Let's take it out and in again. I'll take it in again. Here we go. And then it should work, hopefully. I kind of don't see it coming up. Now we have an unknown device in regards of other device. I'm not sure what that actually is. SV something driver details. I wonder what that really is. I don't know. Have we turned on the 3.0 yet? Yeah, I don't know what this other device is. Interestingly, the applications doesn't seem to have found anything. Okay, I don't know why the. Isn't that typical? We have things sorted out, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't work. Now it says device not recognized. We have an unknown device. Okay. Is it because I'm live or something like that it doesn't want to work? No. That shouldn't be it. Now it has like drivers was not successfully installed. Unknown device. There we go. There we go. Finally. Just need to do it a couple of times, right? Typically. But anyway, I still have like a unknown device. I'm not sure what that is at all. Let's just restart. But I don't think it has anything to do with the mobile. But yeah, an unknown device apparently. Oh, it could be the USB. But didn't I install the drivers for that? I don't know. I'll just restart and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, pretty much most of it is it's pretty much working out of the box. It's very nice. You still need to set up some things, but yeah, it's better than beginning from the very beginning and needing to download 100 updates and restart and updates and restart and updates and restart. And oh, sorry, the waiting time as well, waiting for it to fix it, and then when it goes out of Windows, then when it goes into Windows, and the wasting game of time and updates and time waste and not all this nonsense, right? It just keeps on going with the insanity. Okay, let's try again. Oh wait, we want to check the system again if we still have this weird little thing that it says that it could. No, we don't have it anymore. Everything seems to. No, we have some USB input device. It has some kind of question mark on that. I'm not sure what that is. A code 10 for something. I don't know. A code 10 for something. I'm not sure what that could be. Could it be this one? That's just it. Well, that should work, but let's try to put it in now. Well, I guess it's probably already installed, so it wouldn't show up. So, no. Well, there are an input device. There's like a question mark. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's the cable. I don't know. Maybe we can take out the cable here and see what happened on this one. The keyboard. Okay, probably the keyboard then. That maybe the keyboard was not. Sometimes it. Human interface. Let's try. Okay, under human interface. Let's see here. Apparently, when you push the keyboard in, there's like multiple things and a question mark. Again, sometimes the keyboard just doesn't want to work. Maybe there's some things in the keyboard has multiple things that it kind of sorts out. Now, of course, my keyboard is not lit. Oh, let's see here. Let's just try to see if the keyboard is working. Let's see here. No, keyboard is not working at the moment apparently, and there's an unknown device. Let's try to put it over here. There we go. There's light in the keyboard. And it works! I just needed to, move the... I just needed to move it from one USB port to another. That's of course one of the depravity nonsense things in our days, That sometimes you just need to move it a port. Sometimes you need to, if you're installing Windows, right? Never ever was that in the old days. Now you need to, like, maybe you have two USB installations, if you can figure out how to make one, right? Or make two. And then you need to take the USB out and in again and out again and move it to different ports. And what a mess to install. I think it was Windows 10 or something like that. Absolutely. And the same thing with Crunchbang, because they have locked the system. They tried to lock they've tried to make it so you couldn't install Linux on it. It was just absolutely depravity. Now still has like an unknown device. I'm not sure if it's a keyboard, but we do have access to my data internal storage and the SD card on the. I'm still not sure what that other device is. I think it's from. Not entirely sure. Maybe there's one more thing that it usually installs that I haven't fixed in regards to drivers. I'm not entirely sure. There might be one. I know I could try to install the drivers and see. Let's see. I'll take this out and see if there's still unknown device. Still seem to be an unknown device. So the question is, what is that unknown device? Again, I think it maybe could be a driver that I've forgotten, maybe. Yeah, so let's try to install and see if we can, and maybe I can see what kind of, it's not, this driver is not installed, and I haven't seen anything in regards of so we'll just try to go in and we'll go into LG drivers and we'll take the that's the right place. That's just full of files, you know. And let's install the LG mobile driver here, just to see if I'm missing something that I need to slipstream. It might be one thing that I might have forgotten or something like that. It's not always easy to figure out. So let's see if we can sort it out. So now it's installing, and see if there's anything that happens with this unknown device. I don't know what the unknown device should be, other than maybe in regards of the mobile that I've forgotten to install, or because I haven't installed the drivers, you know. I just installed what was, you know, sorted out in regards of slipstreamed, right? So I haven't installed like the exe file in the system, so I might have been missing something. It says the Microsoft MTP is not found, and blah blah blah, yeah, as usual. And then it says it's installed, but we still have this MTP issue, and now of course it stops working. I still have this unknown device. It seems like it sorted out the other things, but not the unknown device, which I don't know what is. Now we can try to restart and see if there's still an unknown device, I guess. I don't know what it should be. Of course, I don't think I have any unknown devices on my main system. So of course it will be a minor thing, I'm sure, to sort things out, really. Yeah, everything else, you know, everything seems to be working pretty good, you know. So yeah, what a tedious thing to let's hear, what do we think about Megasocks? Yeah, that's what we think about Megasocks. Oh yeah. And it's starting again, and we'll see. I just, you know, you think that it would be quicker, you know, you just want to fix something really quick, and then you end up using so much time on this because of all that depravity and nonsense. Okay, let's see here, my computer, and see. Yeah, it's smelly. It's smelly. That's just how it is. Smelly, smelly, smelly. Okay, we have a USB input. That's probably the keyboard, although it is working, but it seems to have some problems with the keyboard. Oh, did we actually install the 3.0? No, we haven't installed that anyway yet. I don't have anything in the device manager that is, besides the human interface thing. I'm gonna put this in. No, it doesn't seem to. You know, it might be like an LTE mobile USB serial port or whatever. Something that I've missed and now might be installed. I'm not entirely sure. But of course now I installed the thing, so now it's. We have the LTE mobile here. I can see what. Let's see here what I have of drivers here. There might be one thing missing or something like that in regards of it. I have the modem. Let's see here. It might be the serial port, maybe. Let's see what because I know I only took the 4.8. No, that's also a 4.8, so that should be fixed. It might be some kind of a driver that I missed when you put the mobile in. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what it would be, but it's not there anymore. Whatever the case, might be some other little driver that might be used by the that I haven't sorted out. I don't know. So maybe I shouldn't have installed. Well, maybe I can uninstall that actually. No, I wouldn't do it. Can't really go back, can I? Nope. I would need to reinstall the whole system to see if that's an issue again. But it didn't really show any. The driver applications didn't really show anything that wasn't installed. So I should have restarted and seen if that still continued. And what it could be. Isn't that like, it would have been nice to, it's not helpful on any level, this mega socks thing is just, there's no, it's just not helpful for the user at all. It's just totally, could be, maybe a list in regards of what was, installed, like, or whatever. We have the LG mobile, no. Well, LG USB serial, we have the serial, and we have the compensate site device and all that, and yep, who knows. Yeah, LGE mobile USB, that's down in the universal serial bus, right? And maybe that. And then we have the LG mobile MTP device. That's the one that usually is issued, which also have issues at the moment. We have the LG mobile USB serial port. That's this one. So we have that one and that one and that one, and then we have what, LG USB. Do we have more LG? No, I don't see anything. Well, that might be something. I'm not sure. That it just have some kind of drivers which I haven't fixed. Whatever the case, it still works, in regards of maybe we should just test the 3.0 thing before annihilating this installation. And I don't know if I wanted to sort out the last thing in regards of this weird thing that it was missing. Again, there might be something, there might be some kind of LG thing that I would need to figure out if in regards of installation, right? Yeah, it's kind of, from every single time you install it, you can find some issues, right, and sort it out for the next installation, and then you can do that again and again and again. And you get closer and closer. Why is it not? The keyboard is not working at the moment. It has some problems with the keyboard, and sometimes the keyboard works and sometimes it doesn't. Typical madhouse as usual. But that's the way it is. Okay, let's turn this on. The thing is, you can't install the system if it's turned on. Oh, that's a little more to the mega socks, so you need to turn it off every single time you install a system in regards to USB 2.0, because if you don't, you can't install these systems. So, because then you won't have keyboard or mouse, and that's kind of a problem, right? But yeah, there might be one more driver that is fixed to the mobile, I guess. That is named something, I don't know. So that's kind of You know, when it installs, sometimes you can see and catch what drivers it installs, and see, okay, it's installing this, and this, and there might be, you know, just one thing that I've just, you know, missed. Of course, if I could fix those and slipstream them in as well, that would be pretty nice. Now it's turning on in regards to this Windows Embedded Standard, and of course now it's installing the device drivers for the 3.0. And if I didn't have the drivers things installed, I would be in a pain, because then I would need to go into the BIOS and fix that again, because it wouldn't work. Now we go with the mouse. We can go into the computer, and something wasn't successfully installed. Oh, here we go. No. Okay, this is just in regards to the USB. Okay, I didn't really talk about my my mobile thing. Of course, if I put the mobile in, it won't work as far as I know. Of course, I could try to catch it while it's installing it to see if I can find if there's one more thing that it installs that I haven't. Most of them is called LG, you know, so let's see here. Yeah, it's still not working. But of course, I should be able to get it working if I just say update browse, pick my thing here, and well, okay, there's two drivers here. One is okay, so it's already have, I guess, the one that works installed, so I should be able to just fix that, and it works. Great. Oh, that's nice. So that's how quick I can, I guess, get it to work now. It's working probably. Probably. Okay, let's try to install the LG drivers and see if we can catch what it's actually installing. Okay, preparing. Switching. Next. Okay. Let's see what we have. Well, it does have the driver software installation thing, I guess, to show off, but does it? Oh, let's see what it does. If it, the LG mobile driver is configuring your new software installation. Just interesting, because it didn't really show anything that wasn't installed in regards to those two other applications that looks for drivers. Let's see what it does here. But there might be something. Yeah, now, okay, wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it finding? Let's see here. It has the, it failed, that's one. The LG USB, that fails. And then it tries again with the MTP device, fails. And then we have modem and serial. Yeah, so I do have all the things, it seems, as far as I can see. So that's great. Of course, it fails, and again, you would think that maybe I should be able to restart, and maybe it would work, right? But that doesn't really work. Okay, but I can, now that the driver that works is incorporated, I can just quickly fix it to that, and then it works. So whatever the case, everything else is, upgraded to the newest version, and then we just have that issue. But it works. Now I'll just see how it goes in daily life if I run into any issues. It's not like I usually are updating mobiles anyway in regards to Android 7 and whatever, but if I need it at some point, it would be nice to be able to do it from the slim device. Well, I need to pee. Anyway, it's opening up now. Let's see what it. Let's see here. Let's see what it does. Okay, it doesn't seem to do anything. Nope. Well, now we can properties. No. Install additional task. Remove default input language, yeah. Yeah, apply, so we don't have that in the taskbar anymore. And we'll just connect this one. And it's trying to install and it fails, yeah. So, and then I should just be able to take the one that it already had incorporated from the installation, and then we are pretty much good to go. And that's pretty much it. So, but that's a good amount of hours in that. And again, it's not totally sorted out, but it's, again, it's better than nothing. Let's see if we can hit the toilet here. It's a little dark. But yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. So far, so good. Oh yeah. And without hands. Isn't it wonderful? You can just, sort it out. So you can just, pretty much without any, just do, and there we go. Great, without touching anything. It's amazing. I'll just fix it later in regards of the push. So far, so good. Yeah, again, I don't know what that little thing was. If it was anything, might just have been a little variation that it. Yeah. So we can pretty much close that down, and we have pretty much that sorted out. And I guess I don't want to waste more time on that nonsense. And I have one more of these iced tea thing, yeah. Let's take that as well. And I guess it's getting close for sleeping time. Oh, what's the clock? It's 18. Oh yeah. Oh, the day has been gone pretty quick. So, yeah, we can just try to go into the computer here just one last time and just device manager. And go into the, well, I guess we have to plug the mobile in for it to activate it. And then it says it has these issues. We go in, reinstall driver. Browse, let me pick. We can take this one and next, and it should work. Isn't that wonderful? If it works anyway. But that's pretty much, yeah, there we go. Again, an older version it says, but again, as long as it works. There we go. And we can close it down. So awesome. That's pretty awesome. I can pretty much uninstall all this other driver things that I've been working, and now that I have it working, there's no need for the others. The problem was in regards to how do I get it working, right? And now it just works pretty much out of the box. So so I don't need all the other things. So let's take that system out, put my main system in, and let's also sort that out. Yeah, but I do wonder if it might make the system slow in regards to these other things like Java and all that installed. And the question is, do I ever use? Well, maybe I do, but I would figure out if there's something that it needs. Or maybe these packages, these other kind of packages that is not Java, maybe it's just where fixing some files into the system that some applications might actually go after. Oh, there we go. And of course it should already be, yeah, it's accessible. I can get into my mobile and all that, so great. See properties, device manager, and yeah, everything is working as it should. We have the driver working, and it's not digital sign, but it is working. Awesome. So I think I'll just uninstall delete all the. Yeah, I might need it at some point, but we have the MTP USB, and we have the MTP USB again. I have a version that works, so let's just delete those, and new folder, I can delete that as well. And I have a whole system that I copied just because of that. Here we have modem, Android net USB modem, an LG USB modem. What? Why is that like 2? Is that the one that I'm missing maybe? I have LG, well, here we have 2 as well. Let's copy these and cut them. I'm not sure what. This is from 1615. Is that today or? Well, maybe it is today. Let's see what we have. We have ports. Now we have a composite device. Cut that. Move it over here. So we have LTE Android net USB modem, LTE Android USB serial port. We already have a serial port here, and we have a modem there. Okay, so these. Okay, so that's really only 3. Okay, and then we have the last one there. Okay. Oh, I guess it has. Maybe no, I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, it has 4. Okay. Okay, it's we can delete that as well. Then we have the WES7 that I've incorporated. Yeah, and which works. I can delete that as well. And we have some of the older versions of the LG mobile driver. And of course, I found the newest now. These 2 I can delete as well, but I probably should hang on to those older versions, just to be sure that that's. We have the LG up in regards of installing, systems, and we have the ADB Windows Android USB driver. And ADB Android debug mode and all that. I guess I could try to install and see what happens. Oh, the keyboard is not working again. The typical bullshit thing of things. And oh, you want to install? Yeah, install it all. Yes. You want to install device drivers? That's a good question. Yeah, I should try to install the device drivers. Something in regards of Google apparently. All done. Okay. So and those drive. Oh, I should actually have fixed these drivers into Windows. Because if I had incorporated I'm not sure if I could actually have incorporated these drivers and then not have an issue with, because I remember when you need to install a system, you usually need to find the drivers that it needs. It needs to have, when it needs to find, it comes with a thing in and then it doesn't find the drivers, and then you need to edit the drivers. But after you added the drivers the first time, it should have been able to actually find it again. But maybe you can just incorporate it into Windows actually. That would be amazing if that actually would work. Now, of course, it's not something I would usually use, but that actually might work in regards of might actually be a possibility that could work. I can copy them over, I guess, in regards to the drivers, to slipstream them into a I can't remember when you usually use it. Was it because I think it actually might not be needed, but well, we have the ABD Android debug bridge, right? And then it installs, and then you go into the terminal, and there's all these different commandments, and at some point it asks for, but maybe that's only when you hack the device. When you try to unlock it, that it's actually needed. And I'm not going to unlock the LG V20s anymore because it just doesn't. It's not worth it. It just becomes unstable and this and that, and you get into a lot of issues. So I might not even use these things anymore. Of course, at some point you will move forward to another mobile, right? So, and then it doesn't really matter with the. Of course, this mobile is getting slower and slower and slower, but there's not really anything that. Well, LG App Store Frame version 114. Yeah, well, whatever. At least we got most of the things deleted, and we can of course take the whole system that we covered over as well. See, checked. I'll check this one. Pretty much my main installation for Windows 7 WES, and let's get this one in, and we can delete the whole system. Windows Home Prim 64-bit. Yeah, let's just delete it. Let's see. Yep, it's deleted. That's going to take some time for it to delete that. We also have some LT20 stuff on that one. Yeah. I have a lot of things. Memtest 64, Rufus setup and all that. Well, 11 minutes remaining in regards of deleting the things. Everything takes time. It's everything takes time when you do these things, and you're toying around with big files and mini files and all that, and just I need to turn the 3.0 on as well. Yeah, things takes time. Anyway, so that's the slim device, and I guess I can delete the driver max, and the driver max is a pretty good application for finding drivers, although all the advertising nonsense that pops up is kind of annoying. You can download 2 drivers a day, and it can help you. I have a lot of applications that helps you out in regards to finding drivers. The sad thing is that that's even necessary for you to need these different applications. But yeah, that's how it is. I was looking into I bought this closure, NVMe closure, but apparently it might actually not work with the thing that I wanted to, the cheap thing I wanted to get with it. There's many of these different standards and all that, and I thought it would actually work with the other kind, but That might not be, you know, might not be possible apparently. So that's kind of annoying, but so the problem is that there, you know, the other kinds are kind of much more expensive. So there's two options. Either I need to buy another case. I have found another one. Of course, the cases are not that expensive. I have another case that is a little like it, although it's not like it. The idea was to put it in the keys, right? So you already always have it with you. But the other one is, you know, this is metal, right? So you can put the keys in, and it just doesn't, you know, it's a little hard, you know, it will stick to the key pretty much. It won't go off. Yeah. But this other thing has like a wire thing that at least is much easier to snap off. I guess it probably won't snap off, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, they say they go up to 100 megabyte, but of course that's never going to, well, probably not going to happen on my little slim device, even if so of course I can't buy on the internet at the moment. Who knows if I'm going to be able to actually buy on the internet again. Maybe it's just, yeah, maybe it is what it is. Okay, and we so lots of things to sort out. 30 minutes for deleting the files. Oh yeah, things takes time. I also have my portable applications I need to sort out. Of course I got all that virus things that ruined all my files, so that was in regards to, oh yeah, I need to check that as well. There's always things to do. But at least I'm a little closer to actually just being able to throw off the big machine at least, so I can, you know, I'm running on the battery on the other one. Probably not going to be able to use it much in the winter, if at all. Probably not going to be able to use it much in the winter at all. You know, a full battery will give me, well, a good amount of hours, right? If 50 hours with, but then you need to have a screen on, and that might take it down to 25 hours. It depends on the screen how much it's going to use of energy. So, you know, of course, if you're going to get power from the sun, then of course it, you know, it's workable, right? If you don't use it that much, but you don't get much in the winter. So that means, of course, I will need to use the computer a lot less. So if I could get everything sorted out, that would have been nice, right? But yeah, everything is just so many things, you know. It just keeps on and on and on with the things. So this is what kind of keys is this? It doesn't really say, but this one says it's like a BM key, B plus M key, whatever. And apparently that doesn't seem to want to. Yeah. I have an alternative anyway that I can get, but it's much more expensive, so we'll see what I figure out. I don't know. I probably don't need, you know, I don't have resources to it anyway, but it would be nice to further move and sort that out. So this, I have another one that looks much like the one I have, but doesn't have the, it has this thing. I guess it's not bad, you know. Can I fix it to a, yeah, Yeah, I could probably sort it through something. Anyway, that should work with, yeah, there's a case that should work pretty much with the things that I've been looking at, but adapter fits 2240 blah 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 only blah 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 not fit blah blah blah. Okay, we got it deleted. Also have another one here that I need to delete. Yeah, let's see, okay, we can take the mobile out here. Get that out. And I have a lot of papers as well to go through, so again, even without the computer, I will then be, have other things to sort out. Okay, let's open this one and let's see, Windows. Yeah, okay, here we go. I will take some time as well to delete it. That'll be interesting how long it will take. Probably some time as well. Do we have anything else on it that I should delete? Well, I guess it's having its issues when it's doing one thing, one thing at a time, right? We shouldn't be able to multitask, apparently. So, what is this ASU offline thing? Oh, that was in regards of, yeah, we can just delete that. If we can figure out to do that while it's doing something else as well. Like, we have some pictures, Windows 7 install stuff. I should also sort that out in regards to the Windows 7, because most of the drivers are on the other place, and that's the way that is on there. Well, I'll just delete some things. So, it's hard to do more than one thing on a computer, apparently, right? These days. So. So there's pretty much two options. I can buy the other case and then buy, well, I guess, if I can order the hard drive that I want, right? That is the cheapest. Not that but that the one that I, like, it's not that much. And maybe a case that, so if one case doesn't work, at least I have the other case, that is pretty near the same, although not totally like I would have liked it, but at least the closest for, the same size, pretty much same, besides the tail, or, you don't have the metal thing where you could put in the keys. But you still have something, yeah, so you could put in the keys. Although it is bigger than what I had in the past, but the file blah 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 no longer work correctly, blah 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 blah. But you want to permanently delete it. Did I ask you to delete it? Yeah, I did. So don't, this is typical, are you sure you want to delete? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Did I tell you to delete it? Yes, I did. So don't ask me about it, It's like, if I make a mistake and all that, that's my own fault, okay? But this bullshit of asking, and asking and asking and asking and total nagging, right? Total nagging the user. Just do what I tell you, Then it would, maybe I wouldn't have more, if I didn't need to always, oh, are you sure about this? Are you sure you want to open this file? Are you sure you wanted this? And are you sure you wanted that? Did I push it? Did I ask you to delete it? Did I say something that was, not entirely, it's incredible, with today's, today's computing And again, this is Windows 7, so that's probably, you know, even better than, you know, Windows 10. And oh yeah, Windows 10 was just terrible, terrible the experience. Terrible, absolutely terrible experience on so many levels, you know, just and then I couldn't even install Windows 7 on it. You know, it's like it was locked on so many levels, and even installing Linux on the laptop, you know, was just totally. But I got it, you know, and it does have Linux, although it's the laptop is ridiculous, but I haven't really used it much. I was totally failure on my part in regards of buying that nonsense. Anyway, as long as it could, you know, program and all that, you know, that would be nice, you know, if I could just use it for that. I have some MSU files for something. Yeah, I'll probably have sorted everything out, so we can delete that as well. There's a lot of images here. Great. MTPPK, whatever package. Well, we have things sorted out. It's just nah. Oh, I guess I'll look at it some point. When all so far so good, I guess. We still need to find a 12-volt screen that is very low. Or I need to have one of these where I can adjust from 12 volts to whatever. I don't think you lose much on the conversion from that. But of course it would be better for 12 volts to be 12 volts, you know, so it doesn't lose any power on fixing things. We have like 5 watts, 15.6 inches, 5 watts with power on, and 4, 5, 7, 7.9, 7.9. So I can probably keep it at around 20 watts or something like that. Again, depends in regards to the screen. The computer in itself doesn't use much. It uses around 3 to 7 watts, according to the. Sometimes it's, yeah, you know, it can reach 11 watts, but it's not that seldom. So, oh, it's deleting the things. 18 hours left. Yeah, great. No, not great. Yeah, it's the wait time. I guess I'm sitting on old hardware and all that, and slim client, of course, is not that fast either. So, well, at some point I need to look into the screen thing if I can find a 12 volt whatever compute or screen, low voltage or low power used, and I don't have anything that it really would have been nice if the laptop could actually have been used, you know, like a screen, right? If I could take the, I think it's the other way around, you know, but it would have been nice if it actually could have been used as a screen as well. So you just connected it, right, to the. But no, that's not running either from the battery at the moment, because it's running with some kind of other voltage, and I have tried to run it with 12 voltage and that didn't work. So yeah. Okay, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I need to make some food before I go to sleep. I still have some meat. Anyway, it's deleting. One of them is deleting, and it's 2 hours apparently, it says. Interesting. Don't expect anything to be fast. But yeah, that's a lot of things I need to sort out, and I have this one is pretty much, I don't know if I can plug it out. I guess I could plug it out without the screen. Let's see what happens with. Well, the computer is still running. Great. I took my old SSD hard drive, 100 and something gigabyte, 111 gigabyte. Very old, but it's still working. That's the one I installed Windows on. I deleted everything. And then of course I need to sort out if once probably, oh yeah, that's on this one. Oh, I probably can't plug it in while it's turned on. I don't, well, that's a feature in the BIOS that, you know, can make it so you can plug things in and out, but I don't think it's turned on. You probably need to restart to make that, to make the swap work. Yeah, it's doesn't show it. So let's quit Opera, and do we just need to? Yeah, well, we just need to restart. Pretty much. Oh yeah. Great. But yeah, the slim client is using a lot less power than the desktop. You know, the desktop is using around 100 to 300 watts, which is just incredible. Whereas the slim client is using 3 to 7 watts, which is like, you know, pretty much at least 10 times less. But of course it is slower, right? You know, I think it's 7 times slower in the benchmark things and all that. 7, I think it was like 7 times slower on a lot of levels. So yeah, it's slower, you know. It's clearly not the fastest computer, that's for sure. But as long as it, yeah, can do what you want, right? Oh, I also need to. Oh yeah, great. Do we have some light? Would be nice. But yeah, we're getting closer to finishing things. Just taking a long time, a lot longer than I expected things to take. Things takes a long time to do. And then, you know, the virus nonsense that I got, oh my, you know, just never ends with the nonsense, you know. Or you just pretty much at the point where you're thinking, oh, I'm done with this, you know. I don't even want to toy around with it anymore, right? You know, it's just, you really get to a point where it's just, give me a break, you know. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if that works. Doesn't seem to want to show up, or maybe we just need to have, you know, let it have some time for it to maybe show up. It's blinking at least. A hard drive. I don't see it. I'm still waiting. Still. Ah, there we go. That took a long time. Well, it's still not showing up, but at least there was some noise, so maybe it's going to show up. We'll just give it some more time, but yeah, the waiting game, I guess, as usual. And the other one is still deleting. It says 2 hours and 45 minutes. Oh, that's kind of weird. It should have found it. Maybe it doesn't like the USB 3. Oh, something happened. Okay, it just took a long time, I guess. It's running now. Okay. So we just need to compare if I got all the files over, so I can, I guess, in some sense, sort some of it out. Oh, we don't have a keyboard. Nope, we don't have a keyboard. Oh, I want the keyboard. I only have one keyboard here, so let's push that. There we go. And if the keyboard works, we can say properties and let it run and see how much it is. And we can find the folder on, it should be here, and say properties and see if that fits with the other one. And I think we can delete this one. Well, okay, it's pretty much deleted. So some Dropbox thing. Let's try to delete. Yep, there we go. And we'll see if it should fit with being the same and the same. So great. And then I can sort some of it out and delete some of the lost files, and regards of that's of course a whole thing of itself. Or maybe I should just okay, it's nearly up there in regards of files. No, okay, so okay, there we go. Yep, same, great. So we'll see here if we can, I'm not sure if we can change the name without it complaining. In regards of, because files are too long and blah 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 blah. Let's call it 64 0 and just a G, I guess. Then at least we have a difference. Okay, that's sorted out. Okay, and that's the top one. Okay, great. So we can take this one out really. There we go. So we fixed those over. That was the backup I had. Great. And okay, it's done deleting. So I guess it, you never know in regards to these it's there will be some files that are the same, and of course some of them are encrypted and some are not, because of this disgusting filth that these people did to me in regards to their evil business, as it usually is in this world. They're trying to do good to people, and then people that love doing evil, and you waste so much time. Okay, on one of them, actually the backup is actually bigger than the ones that I have, so hopefully maybe there will be more files that then it's around 5,000 files more apparently on the backup compared to the one that has been ruined by all this encryption bullshit. Isn't it just wonderful how people just love to do evil, right? It's like we don't have enough evil already. Let's have some more evil, apparently, It can't be much more depraved than that, Clear stinking. I have the Windows 7 new. Oh, I guess it doesn't regard to some files. I don't even know where to start, but we have it over, and I also need to look in regards to virus and seek that out. And was this one that actually only have 7 days left or something? You have only 4 days left, so maybe I should just start it. And it's close to bed anyway. I need to make some food, and I do have the other computer on the internet, so that's fine. And what I see here, no, stop scanning. Go back. Was scanning. How do I actually tell it which place I want to Isn't that like uh-huh. I don't know, that's just yeah, apparently 4 days left in regards to this antivirus. I have pretty much sorted out, you know, most of it, if not all of it, of all the bullshit that they made to my computer. So I needed to new install and fix everything again, and the worst thing, I guess, is that they encrypted all my files, you know. But you know, one thing is to ruin the system file and all that. Another thing is just to it's just to ruin all the users' files. That is directly evil, you know. That's like totally criminal, you know. It's just absolutely disgusting to do things like that. Well, that's the world. That's the filth we live in. How interesting. You lock it down and then it pops up with like a new window. It's like all these pop-ups, you know. Get out, you know, and the clicking game and all that. If I wanted a pop-up, you know, I'll instead of all this nonsense. Oh, I have this stuff from my. I have some Clamwin as well. I think there was something in regards of Clamwin being locked in regards of. Interestingly enough, it seems to have survived. Oh, okay. Some recordings, some audio. Yeah, okay. Obra, and blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, and this other computer, I should just check in regards of driver easy and driver max, and then I should get rid of those. I think both of them are, you know, scan now. Let's just have a scan in regards of drivers and all that. As far as I know, it's pretty much done. Yeah, fully updated, great. Well, that's one unplugs thing. Android Net MTP, well, we don't want to update that, and that's also pretty much sorted out, so we just need to uninstall. Uninstall, there we go, driver easy. The driver max, it just comes up with all that pop-up nonsense in regards of advertising, and yeah, let's get that deleted. Great. And then another pop-up in regards of I get so tired of all that advertising and all that nonsense that they. Anyway, so we have like an Java update 8, right? And again, is it something that I'm using on any level? And all these Microsoft Visual, C++ and all that, right? All these, is it something that I ever is going to use, right? Is it just wasting time on the, is it, you know, what's it, you know, what do you use it for, right? I do have the ability, you know, I have the thing that it can install it, right? I also have MTP porting kit. Let's just uninstall that. I don't think yes. Do you want to uninstall? Did I say uninstall? Yeah, I pretty much did, right? So why are you asking me if I want to uninstall? I just told you I want to uninstall it, right? But you know, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. Don't ask me, just do it, you know. All these secondary steps and all that. You must restart, blah blah blah, click for no. I don't want to restart now. Why don't you just uninstall it and just don't say anything and just fix it when I, you know, when I at some point restart the computer, right? You know. Anyway, so we have these Microsoft Visual C++ things that I've installed, and I don't know if maybe I should uninstall them on, you know, Microsoft Netcore runtime. Not sure what that is. But really, it's yeah. And I have a benchmark application in regards to Nova Bench, and that's pretty much the application that pretty much I was trying to look into if there might be any difference from running one system to another or something like that, but that's really not. It's pretty. It doesn't really seem to go either way. So we have the Java 8 update thing here and 64-bit, but I don't know if it's even used, right? You know, what do I use Java? If I ever going to use Java, you know, for something, let's see, update now. Let's see, was run on blah blah blah. Let's see here, next update. And what do I use Java for? You know, is there anything I have that is using Java? I don't know. Anyway, it's there. As long as it doesn't take any resources, I guess it doesn't really. You know, it doesn't matter if it takes some space on the hard drive. Enable Java content for browser and web start, but isn't that pretty much already sorted out, you know? The graphics drivers are absolutely terrible on this. That's for sure. It's interesting, you know. We also have the other benchmark. Do I still have it over on this one? Nova Bench. Oh, I pushed the wrong thing. Well, apparently there was an update for Java. I still don't know what it's using it for, right? Anyway, let's see here. Close that down. Doesn't really, you know, it's running the thing here, so that wouldn't be honest to run the Nova Bench. Let's push one of the older. Yeah, you have around a score of 700 on my one computer. Let's see, 2 days ago, you know, you have 710 on my Slim device and 761 on the desktop. So that's 7 times faster on the CPU. The graphics, it's around 7 times as well. Now the disk score is actually better on my Slim device. You know, but that's the hard drive, right? You know, but anyway, it's faster than the other one. It's actually 100 megabyte faster in the seconds in regards of write compared to my desktop. And RAM is actually also, well, there's more RAM in it now at the moment because I burned off the RAM in the desktop because I tried overclocking it. But the speed of the RAM is actually around 2000 megabyte per second less. So that's a little slower. But you know, overall, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. That's a nice little, I guess, a little test device. I don't know what you get with your Pro version. Temperature and battery history and portable and command line. Oh yeah, it would be nice with like a portable thing. But yeah. But then you need to buy it. Would have been a great little thing to put in your portable application thing. But maybe, you know, there must be like a portable free benchmark, you know. Let's see, a portable free benchmark software. You know, there must be something that you could just use. Quick Mark Portable Quick System Benchmark. The 10 best free for blah blah blah, you know, portable free collection for benchmark. Must be, I don't know of really whatever, you know, I haven't found one that I. Apparently Rabbit Mark. But that's another topic to go into, I guess. Quick Mark, okay, let's see what Quick Mark is. Yeah, let's try that. I've never seen that before. That looks a little, you know, small and not too much graphical nonsense and all that. Let's try it out. Install. Oh, first download, of course. You know the old days, like you had this pop-up, right? And then, yeah. Okay, so here we have Quick Mark. Can I just like run all tests, this transfer? Okay, run all tests, whatever. It's very small, it's very lightweight. It's, you know, we have video memory, RAM memory, CPU speed, CPU family, 6 out of 6. So it tests the CPU or something, I'm not sure. And CPU flop, and then mem bandwidth, and disk transfer. It's not really showing much. It's not really making any big comparison, so let's see what. Crystal Mark. Is it free? Intel burner, I don't know. Yeah, this other thing that I found, you know, oh, that's right here. Rabbit Mark is a portable benchmark tool. Run test. Okay, it looks pretty good. So where do I download it? Download free, blah blah blah. 39 megabyte. MSVC plus 2017. Is that like this thing that I've installed? C++. Yeah. Microsoft Visual. Seems so. So I guess that needs the things that that I have. So I guess some applications needs that. 2017. So maybe it doesn't really work on this computer because I'm not sure if I installed them on this. But of course, if it we'll see. Mark. That's Rabbit Mark. I don't see it. Yeah, well, didn't show up on my desktop. I guess it's not a surprise, right? So here we have like rapid mark 3D test, and we have a no. Okay, I guess it just started. It reminds me a little of old school graphic 3D graphics, you know, like the fireworks. Oh, do you remember like Voodoo fireworks or something like that? 3D effects fireworks. Oh, interesting screensavers. Like this. Oh boy, this is like it's like boxes everywhere. Oh boy. Okay, well, you know, it's interesting. That's interesting. Has to be one of the most weird, you know, testing. Oh my, I like. Yeah, that's, you know, it reminds me of like the 3D effects times, and the Voodoo 2 and all that. It just reminds me of that. It's interesting that Voodoo 2 3D effects did seem to have a, you know, it was like kind of a specific way of doing things. All the 3D graphics of it just was better, was, you know, just looked better and all that, instead of okay, now I guess it comes out with the results. FPS average 139, minimum 41, and maximum 468. And it comes with a comes around with, you know, and then I guess you can yourself move around, or I can't remember what keys it did use. Okay. Anyway, so oh, you can look around here. You can maybe move. Oh yeah, you can move around. Interesting. Pretty quick on this system. Of course, that's not surprising. But wow, okay, a lot of things is going on. I guess it's like a church or something like that they made. Oh, you can also move into the church apparently, although it's kind of not really, apparently not made for it. It's more like in regards of the other system, what it would do in regards to this. It would probably ruin it, totally destroy it. But interesting benchmark. That's at least in regards to the graphics. Let's, you know, try the other thing here, and if it's free. But if it's needing things and all that. Okay, so you can test things, select all test, and run, I guess. Oh, it shows. What's this CPU thread? Is that how much is actually being used, or how much is processing, I guess? I mean, it's probably how, I guess it's how much it has processed, how close it is to finish. Then you have the performance test, and I guess you can just run it on the other computer as well, and you can see the differences: floating point operations, find prime numbers, blah blah blah. You know, all this. And you can see the time zones comparing it, I guess. Of course, it is doing its deep scanning at the moment. Maybe I should just stop it and turn it on when I. I guess that could be interesting just to, yeah, but if it's not portable, you know, and it probably isn't. Let's move it. Well, we can put this out and just. Where? There we go. There we go. Let's see if we can. Actually, always some. It's kind of slow. There we go. And the nonsense of jumping up and all. Yeah, I hate Windows 7. I really hate it. I should look into getting Windows 2000 to run and see if at least, you know, if I can fix. Well, I do have one hard drive I can also test on. Of course, this old hard drive, I can just install Linux on that and use that as a way to test it out if it's possible and all that at some point. Oh my, well, that would be on the stationary. That's extract files. That's smelly. That's how I feel about Microsoft Mega Socks. Can I stop the test? Yeah. Besides that, it's seemingly working pretty good, but probably not portable. I guess it doesn't really matter much either. But you know, sometimes, you know, yeah, well, you know, it does, yeah. Doesn't really matter, I guess. It's more like a thing of, just to look. Oh, we have some. Huh. Higher, still higher. I still have them. I have some meat and some cheese I need to make. I should probably drop the idea of Windows XP 64. And yeah, that would be. Of course, that's not really the thing I want to be on anyway. And it has its issues in regards to applications. At least compared to yeah, I don't know. I would have been better than Windows 7 for sure, but we have the issues of application compatibility. There's also a stress test here, apparently. Oh. Ah, okay. I could make it multiple things. I guess to get more precise results. Oh. So I've like closed down the. I guess I should turn off the. And turn that off. Setting. Okay, and we'll take that out. Move it over to the other one here. Copy it over to the hard drive. Paste. Alright. Oh, that was fast. Oh, that was quick to close down. Apparently it doesn't work here. App crash. Hasn't it copied it over? It's not really a good program if I can't use it. You know. Let's try again. Well. Windows can check if. I'm gonna check for online solution. Apparently it breaks, so there's no point in. Apparently I don't know why it would be breaking, but yeah. How about the graphics? The graphics actually are running. Not very fast, not expected, but yeah, 13, 14 frames compared to what was it, 100 or something like that. But it still reminds me somewhat of the old graphical. Yeah, you have all these things. It's just, oh my. Okay, 5 frames per second. It's not a gaming computer, that's for sure, you know. That's oh, it's nearly close to bedtime, I guess. So the 3D does work, but the standard application doesn't really. So, you know, if I can't make it work on the other one, it doesn't really matter in regards to running a test. Oh, now it stopped working as well on this one. Heh, great. Not, of course not great. But that's not really good, you know. No, no point in. No point if it's not going to work out, right? That's finished. Average 13 frames per second. What was the other one? Was like, yeah, it's around. I think it's around 7 times as far as I recall it. I can just try to run it again and see if what it gets. If I can find it. Where was it? Oh yeah, that's true. I couldn't figure out in regards to the desktop. Average 11, 12. Okay, no, average 13. Yeah, I'll try the other one here. Clearly a lot quicker, and it doesn't even, you know, it hasn't even turned on the fans. You know, the fans are just. So apparently it can't be that. But it's clearly a lot more frames than the other one is producing. So I guess it's over 7 times that it's. So when we say, when the other test says around 7 times faster and all that, that's you know, maybe a little more. Maybe oh no, I moved it around. Oh, you can no. This is stupid. You can apparently shoot boxes and all that. Oh my! Wrong keyboard. Well, keyboard is. I guess I will need to have to start them up at the same time if I want to. Okay, let's see. If I want to have like a thing, but you can shoot boxes and balls apparently. Oh, come on. That's too quick apparently. Oh. Oh, come on. I don't know what happened to the... Oh, give me a break. I can't... Well, if computers just did what you asked them, you know. Well, of course, that's seldom the case. It seems to still have some kind of... There we go. Well, nearly synchronized. Not totally, but nearly synchronized. And of course there we go. Yeah, it's a the well. Well, it's clearly oh. Clearly one is a lot faster. It looks better on the... Probably, I don't know, but anyway, it does seem to... Well, I guess the screen is also a little... but yeah, well, overall, it's a fluent experience in one. One is running 100 and... Yeah, here we go, 159 average. Another one, 13. So how much is that? Let's see, we need to go calculate that, I guess. Like, how is it? How do you do that? I can't. Well, I guess you can just 159, right? 159 divided by 13. 12 times. More than 12 times faster, according to this. Okay. Not a surprise. There's probably also some features that helps the... of course, it's also using a lot more power. That's interesting. See if it works this time. No. Oh, the 32-bit apparently. The 64-bit version doesn't work, but seems like the 32. Oh, it's just medium. I think it's probably select all test. That'll probably be more than enough too. Okay, so if I close the other one and just run the 32-bit of it, medium, select all test, run, and we have 2 threads. We can see 2 threads on the other one, and the other one is 8 threads, and that's already done. You know, that's already done with the first one, and the other one is just still moving along. So yeah, clearly one is a lot quicker. I will take some time to even finish the first one. I guess you can really see how slow it is compared to the other one. Is it more than 7 times slower? I don't know, but it's slow for sure. It's dragging along. Interestingly enough, it could not run the 64-bit version. Only the 32-bit. Not a biggie, right? But hey, it finished the first one. So is it 7 times slower? Well, yeah. Well, 10. Well, yeah, 7, I guess. It's like 8. Well, that's the round up, right? 8 seconds. So 68 divided by 8. Let's see, yeah. $68. How do I? So 8.5. Yeah. So more than 8 times as slow, I guess. So I guess this other benchmark test is probably a little too nice for the slim client. I'm not even finished with the second test, and the other one is just moving ahead. So yeah, it's clearly slower. Anyway, well, let's get into some food. Oh, we still have the. Oh well, also seem to be pretty full in regards to my trash. Oh, that's Microsoft again. Oh. I don't know what happened, but apparently it got all full and I got some trash. I'll have some glass. What's the time? Oh, maybe 8. Okay, now it's one of them is loading the graphic things, and I guess the other one is still doing its whatever. So, oh yeah. Of course, it is expected for it to be slower. Yeah, not a surprise. Using a lot of to sort this out. Anyway, I should stop this. May Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth be in us all. Amen. Take care, all of you. Just sort out some